is a charismatic life coach, wife, friend, mom, and mentor committed to encouraging the positive transformation of the lives of others. Her career in Fortune 150 companies and entrepreneurial endeavors inform her mantra, which is, be kind, be true, be you. Here's Pat.
Thank you very much, folks, and thank you for allowing me to share the stage with the amazing folks thus far today. Be kind, be true, be you. That's all I ever want to be when I grow up. That's not the whole thing. I'm not done. Okay. Do you remember the person, the time in your life that gave you permission or laid the expectation that you live your life, your one and only given life, as your true, authentic self? I do. It was my mom. My mom raised 10 of us kids, and she raised us all to be very accountable to ourselves, to God, and to live our entire potential without fail. I left South Louisiana to pursue my dreams. See, the clutch here is that normally they don't let Cajun people out of South Louisiana. And I left South Louisiana, moved to the state of Washington to pursue my dreams in corporate America as the fastest rat on the wheel. Yeah. I wanted to be the fat rat on the corporate wheel of life. And I did it. I had a big title. I had a big job. I even had a big paycheck. I had a big house. I had a great family. I was surrounded by a ton of friends. Life was good. It was great, in fact. Till 2009, when it happened to me. I lost my job. I lost my identity. I lost that one big bad thing that I chased and fought so hard to acquire. And I had no idea what to do with myself. Life never tasted so bitter. So, in classic golden child form, as I being the youngest of those 10 children, the golden child, I ran home to Mama. Mama, what am I supposed to do now, right? I needed Mama to give me those words of encouragement, the love, and all of those cheesy Cajun cliches she had, those motivational little statements of stuff that I needed to get myself back on track. See, the truth is, my life wasn't all that grand. When I stopped and had a little conversation with myself, they went something along the lines of this. Self, you weigh 420 pounds. And your one and only child is just graduating from high school, large in part that you missed from chasing those little rungs on that little ladder that were so important to you. And your mother's now in a nursing home, and you missed a lot of that too. So, I still needed my mama, right? So I ran home to Mama. And when I got home to Mama, she loved me, right? Amazing! But Mama had no more words. Alzheimer's and dementia had taken Mama's words. But let me tell you what it didn't take. It didn't take Mama's ability to communicate and teach me and show me all of those words and all of those motivational statements that I needed to get myself back on track. It didn't take her ability to show me that I still had a choice. And so thanks to modern technology, I captured a few of those in the 1 year I took off as what I am calling my pre-retirement year. Because if you want to be really good at something, you should practice it. So I want to be really good at retiring one day when I grow up, and so I took a year off, and I went home to Mama, and I took pictures, and we played. And we played hard. That ain't no hill for a stubborn. My mom believed that I could do anything I put my mind to, and then some. And even if she didn't believe it, she certainly never told me. So I bought a handicapped accessible van, and we went on adventure after adventure after adventure every day. The lady at the Dairy Queen knew my name. And as the year grew on, though, she grew fearful, which was an emotion that I didn't know that my mother had. I'd never seen fear in my mom. But she grew fearful of coming out over the deck of that van to get out. And she'd make that funky face. And I was able to use that on her. And it worked. Mom, that ain't no hill for a stepper. She'd make that face, but she'd come out over the deck. Otherwise, we'd still be in that van. You gotta roll with the punches. youngest of 10 kids, I often got taken everywhere, lots of places I didn't necessarily want to go. And I couldn't wait to get home to Mama and say, Mama, 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 somebody did me this, somebody did me that, somebody kept me here longer, blah, blah. And she'd say, hey, babe, listen, you gotta roll with the punches. Enjoy the moments that you got. If your brother kept you at the ballpark too long, you're at the ballpark. Play. So I get to the nursing home to pick her up one day, and there she is, with pink fingernail polish on. I can guarantee you there's the one and only day in my mother's life that she ever wore pink fingernail polish. She didn't have the words to tell the lady she didn't want it, but she just smiled and rolled with the punches. Let's make a block. Not the word you really wanted to hear in our household. If you did something really good or you did something really bad, Mom would come in and say, let's make a block. And you didn't know exactly what that was going to be. Which literally meant you got in the car and you drove around the block to the city park and sat under the pecan tree and hashed out whatever it was that needed to be hashed. And there were never any words in the car when you went around the block. Time and a place for everything, right? Thanks, Mom. So on this particular day, we get to the park, and I sit, and she says to me, I'm 16 years old now, in the early 80s, and she says, your sister tells me that you prefer girls over boys. To which I replied, yes, ma'am, I think so. And she says, well, I don't understand it, but you're mine, and we'll figure it out. I'll always be in your dugout. So I was a ball player, so being in my dugout were profound words to me, and meant the world to me, right? So on this day, we're at dinner in my pre-retirement year, and my nephew Aaron is spitting spitballs at his brothers. So his brother instantly corrected that behavior, and he hung his little head, and my mother picked up the straw and spit a spitball at him to let him know that she too was in his dugout. Kill him with kindness. Who messed up that slide? Couldn't we agree that the world needs a little more kindness?
Yes.
Good. I'm going to hold you to that. So I'm in my late 20s now, and I have found the woman of my dreams, who has a 2-year-old son, and I am in love. I have found the one. The world has just become the most amazing place ever, right? We were dating, life was going great, and I knew she was the one, just for the record. She's in this room. And it was great until her parents found out that the guy she was dating was a girl. So, of course, not understanding, golden child, I went to Mama. Mama, they don't understand, they don't get it, what am I supposed to do? She said, listen. Do you intend to do right by that little boy? And I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, then you will kill those people with kindness and never, ever, ever be anything less than I raised you to be. Do you understand? And I said, yes, ma'am. And I stand before you 22 years later, still married, or now married, to the most beautiful woman alive, and the mother of our beautiful 24-year-old son, Adam. You're going to have to be glad the same pants you got me in. I had a nickel for every time I heard that. So my year is up. I lost 150 pounds. I've handed my son off to the capable hands of the United States Air Force. And it's time for me to go home. I've got a job. It's time for me to go. So I go to the nursing home to tell Mom goodbye, and I pretty much knew that it probably would be the last time I saw my mother alive. I was mad, I was sad, and she knew it. She didn't have the words to tell me I was going to have to be glad in the same pants I got mad in. But she had the reach to get that banana and place it firmly atop her head in an effort to say, you're going to have to be glad the same pants you got mad in. And also to say that she was okay, and so was I. I love you big as the sky and all you little bones. Absolutely the most profound words I've ever heard and wish I could hear again. And she said it often and regular. Yes, I was the golden child. She loved me as big as the sky and all of my potential, pipe dreams, pie in the sky, and every little bone in my body, and every little detail of me, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Now, as an adult and a coach in this world, I realize that not everybody had that mama, right? But what I can attest to you is that we all have choices. We all have choices. We have the ability to choose. We can no longer control our yesterdays, but we can control our tomorrows. We choose kindness, we choose truth, and we choose to be us, to be authentic and true to ourselves. And you too have that choice. I love you biggest the sky and all your little ones.